I'm O.W. Root, and this is Pleasant Peninsula. It's bright out here. I'm squinting. You can probably see. And it's kind of interesting because we think about winter being gloomy, because winter is gloomy. Don't see the sun for a couple weeks, and the skies are heavy with clouds. That's kind of basically like the definition of gloomy. But it's also shockingly bright. And it kind of makes sense once you think about it. You got all white ground, just snow everywhere. And even if you're not seeing the sun, if you don't have that sort of cobalt, really heavy gray blue sky that's full of clouds, but instead it's the sort of sheet, white, gray, flat sky, and it's the middle of the day, the sun's behind those clouds, it is bright. I mean, the whole world is just white. And that really is brighter than sort of green grass, green leaves, and a blue sky, even if it has a sun in the sky. It's a different kind of brightness. It doesn't feel like you're looking into the sun like it does when you're on the beach in July. But I'm squinting. It's a fascinating thing, honestly. Winter is shockingly bright. But I'm not talking about the brightness of winter today. I want to talk about the roads, the fastest roads in Michigan. The speed demon roads. They're in the UP. You wouldn't think that. You'd think they'd be, probably in Detroit area or something like that. But the truth is, people drive so fast in the UP. I go to the UP a pretty good amount. I don't live in the UP, but I go a pretty good amount. And I'm just blown away how fast people go in the UP. On 2, right up the middle, Sini stretch. Up north on Lake Superior, it gets a little slower in the Keona. People aren't cranking quite as fast up there, but in the bulk, the heart of the UP, people are just, they're cranking at 75, 80 miles per hour. And it really makes sense because even though these roads I'm talking about, they're not actually freeways. We've got 2 lanes here and the 2 lanes here separated by a bunch of grass in the middle. No, you've got 1 lane like this, but they do have a lot of passing lanes in the UP, which is nice. But even when there's no passing lane, people are just blowing by you, just cranking. They're driving a big truck hauling 4 snowmobiles and passing you going 80 miles per hour in February. And you think, oh, this is insane. But it really kind of makes sense. There's no one up there. There's just no one up there. There's just not that much traffic. You're not coming up to stoplights. A lot of these roads, there aren't even really that many driveways coming off. So you're not worried about someone coming up the driveway. You're not worried about someone running across the street. There's no schools on a lot of these roads I'm talking about. It's just in the middle of nowhere. And there's not even that many cops up there. I've heard of people being pulled over for speeding in the UP, but I've never seen it. I don't think I've seen a single person pulled over in the UP once. I'm sure someone will watch and say, I was pulled over, but I've never seen it. And I see people just cranking. And I think it's kind of like there is a speed limit in the UP. It's not one of these places where there is no speed limit. But it kind of feels like culturally, it's drive at your own risk. You want to go 80 miles per hour, go 80 miles per hour. The speed limit isn't, you're not going to fly. If you crash in the middle of UP, you're not flying off the road, crashing into a school, crashing into a gas station, anything like this. You're going to fly off and crash into the woods. It's your own life. Drive however fast you want. That kind of seems to be the vibe in the UP. It's just incredible. If next time you're in the UP, or if you've never been there, go to the UP, crank on US 2, or go up a little bit, Sini stretch, and you'll notice people are just fast and furious up there. UP edition. It's fascinating. Speed. More UP speed. That's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to show you. Let's roll that.
The I-500 is pure, unadulterated, unrepentant, unhinged northernism. It's tough, rough, gritty, cold, and insane. It's 13 degrees in February. Biting wind. the last remaining vitalists, with nothing but a helmet and a snowmobile between them and the ground, ripping around a track of snow and ice at 100 miles per hour, like there's no tomorrow.
It's insane, isn't it? The people who do it are insane. The people who watch it are insane. The whole thing is insane. I mean, put it all together. Sault Ste. Marie, and the northern edge of the UP on the eastern side, 13 degrees in February. Guys ripping around this track at 100 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour. That's how fast they get going at the top speeds, 100 to 115. Think of that. When you're driving your car, if you get to 80, you're pushing over 80, it starts to feel really fast. That's fast stuff. Imagine that on a snowmobile outside, but then add 40 miles per hour. Excuse me, 30 miles per hour, 30, 35. It's next level stuff. It's absolutely insane. And I say insane in a good way. You have to be kind of nuts to live far up north and be into this whole world and go do it and watch it and stand there. I mean, you are not a soft person. You are tough, gritty, rough, and crazy and amazing and impressive. And these guys, I thought about something really interesting. We talk about how impressive race car drivers are. And they are, of course. I mean, they're doing incredible stuff. But in a not insignificant way, the race car driver is living the easy life compared to these guys. They're in an enclosed structure. They've got a seatbelt on. They've got a leather seat or some sort of seat that is nice. It has a back to it. And they're driving around inside with a seatbelt. And that's like a key element here. These guys have no seatbelt. They're on ice, snow and ice. The only thing that they have protecting them is this helmet. And they're going 115. You fly off that thing, it's game over. I mean, it's done. That's it. They are way more intense than race car drivers. They're like motorcyclists, but even more so because it's ice. And there's something crazy about the ice, obviously, and there's something crazy about the cold. It's taking racing, motorcycle racing, car racing, and amping it up to 11. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to see them out there doing that. It's probably the most insane event in Michigan, and it's completely fitting. It's completely fitting. That far north, on ice, 13 degrees, only the tough can make it. It is pure, unhinged, unrepentant, unadulterated northernism in all its glory. It's absolutely unbelievable. I'm O.W. Root for Michigan Enjoyer.